Good morning, children. This is Karan sir, your assistant teacher. I welcome you all on this online portal of Scottish Public School. So today we are going to study SST, that is geography. So SST, it is of class 8 video lecture. So open your book, go to the page number 134. You have to go to page number 134, which is chapter number 1, geography. The subject is geography, chapter 1, and you have to go to page number 134. So what this chapter is about? It is our resources. Our resources. What is resource? Now the question arises in your mind, what is resources or what is a resource? So we have to understand what is a resource. So I hope you all are on the same page, 134. Please go to the 134. Everybody open your book. Now have a look at the book and keep your attention to this video without skipping, so that you can understand it. Your concept will be more clear. So what is resource? This question arises. So dear children, what we can say? Anything, all the elements of the environment that humans need and value are called resources. It means anything available in this environment, naturally or by man-made, or it is a man-made or a natural, but that will be categorized under a resource. Anything that has some sort of importance, value or usefulness for the humans, that is a resource. It means trees, they are providing us with oxygen, they are giving us timber, wood as a fuel. We use wood as a fuel, timber for making furniture, oxygen we are breathing, and a lot of things we are getting. We are getting wood for making doors, windows, furnitures of our houses. So that is a resource because it has some sort of value for the humans. It is useful thing for humans. That is why it is sold in the market and it is very costly nowadays. So that anything that has some sort of value, that is known as resource. Now you can say books. Books are also a resource. That because it is giving us the knowledge. It is a resource, but it is a man-made resource. Anything that is some sort of use for the humans, that is resource. You will find that everything around you is of some use or the other. Anything that you can see, whether it is water, soil, rock, stones, sand, pen, table, chair, room, electricity, fan, roof, building, walls, doors, board, pen, etc. Anything that has some sort of use for the humans, it will be categorized under resource. Understood? I hope you got it. For instance, food, clothes, furniture, books and transport, even many of the plants and flowers in the garden are of value to you. The flowers that we use to make garlands and we use to put in front of the idols, or the gods, or the pictures of the gods at houses. For worshipping, for prayer, we use flowers. It makes the environment beautiful, it looks nice to our eyes, and it keeps the environment pleasant. Flowers, leaves, everything is of some sort of use. So, flowers in the garden are of value to you, at the same time providing beauty to the environment. Flowers are providing beauty. It means they are making the environment look beautiful. All the elements of the environment which can be used to satisfy satisfy our needs and are of value to us are called resources, as I told you at the very beginning of the chapter. So, human beings themselves are a resource because they use their knowledge and skills to transform materials available in our environment into resources. Suppose that we are growing crops in the field like wheat. We are growing wheat, but after growing wheat, we harvest that, we take it to the flour mill, we grind it, we make it flour. After that, the flour is taken to the bakery where we make biscuits by adding oil, sugar and many other ingredients. So, human is the most important resources. Human resources are the most important resources of all the resources because it is the human who makes other resources more useful and they bring it, they make it usable. Suppose that there is a mountain, there is a rock. You cannot use those mountains directly. But if you break down the mountains into small stones, we can use the stones in making our buildings. So how that can be done? That can be done with the human resources, with the technology, with the machinery, with the knowledge, with everything that human provides. Without the human resources, that mountain never be utilized as a building material. So, it is human because we people are growing crops and without human resources, no other resources can be utilized or used properly. So, the most important resources will be human resources. It is us. It is the population of any country who has knowledge, who has set of skills, who has some idea to do some work or the other. So, because they use their knowledge and skills to transform materials available in the environment into the resources. Everything is available into the environment, but that is not eatable. That cannot be used directly. Suppose that shoes are made from the leather, from the skin of the animals, but we cannot just take out the animal's skin and wear it into our feet. That has to be processed before making it usable. We take all those skins to the tanneries, then after that the skins is polished and rubbed. After that it goes to the factory. There in a frame, definite shape and size, it is made for different sort of people. So this is how the shoes are made, and then it is usable. We cannot simply take out the skin of an animal and put it into our feet. So it is the human resource who make the things usable for the people. Thus, any material from the nature becomes a resource as and when humans find it useful and attach some value up to it. For example, waterfalls were just rivers tumbling down the steep slope with no real use. They become a resource only when the human beings invented the technology of harnessing the force of falling water to generate electricity. It means from a high mountain peak, when the water is falling down, it is going down into the valley and flowing as a river. But people thought that when the water is pouring down or when it is falling down from the steep slope, it has a lot of great force. It has a force. So they utilized that force of the falling water and they use that force to revolve the turbine or the generator, or somehow they try to make the electricity. This is how hydroelectricity or the hydropower is generated. Hydroelectricity is generated. So people applied their brains, they made the idea how we can utilize this force of the falling water to generate electricity. Without that brain, without that idea, without that technology, we could not have achieved the feat that we have achieved today. Okay? So, now I hope you have got it, what I am trying to say. And next is, we can say that the natural elements that are used to produce something have economic value. Sometimes human attaches aesthetic values to some of the natural elements such as the mountains and seas for their scenic beauty too. It means there are too many natural things, but along with that we use some of them and some of them we just put it into the aesthetic value. Aesthetic value means the scenery, the beauty which the mountains have, the valleys have, the flowing rivers have. That is also a kind of satisfaction. The tourists go to those points, they see the beauty of the mountains, they see the beauty of the rivers, valleys, and they enjoy it. So that is also that also has some sort of value for the humans. Similarly, human needs are not the same everywhere in the world, nor have they remained static over the years. It means 200 years ago, the kind of requirements we had, today we are having different and a lot more requirements. As I told you that people used to have the very basic requirements, clothes, shelter and food. But now we need clothes, shelter, food, along with that education, transportation, medication, hospital system. Along with that we need big houses, equipped with all the modern machinery like air conditioner, fan, coolers, refrigerator, television, internet, mobile sets, laptops, computer, a lot of requirements we have today. But the similar kind of requirement was not prevalent in the period 100 years ago or the 50 years ago. Our grandfathers they did not bother to get a mobile or to have a cooler, to have a AC. But today we people are having that attention to get all the things in our houses. So, with the progress of the society and the advent of the science, our material needs have increased manifold and have become more complex. It means previous years or in previous decades, suppose that if we will talk about 1950, suppose that today it is 2021, go back 70 years back. So if you think that the requirements or the kind of needs we are having today, that was not required in those days. So we have our requirements, our needs has increased many folds. It has multiplied many times. Suppose that basically people used to say when we were younger, we used to hear only we need food, shelter, clothes, food, shelter, clothes. But now we need food, shelter, clothes, along with education, along with data, mobile, electricity, and too many things we are willing to have. So it has become complex as well. It means it is very tough to fulfill all our needs today. And the use of the resources depends upon now how the resources can be used or utilized, the needs of the people of a region, their knowledge and the level of technology they possess. It means how an area will use their resources, it depends on the requirement of the people, the needs of the people of a region. It means in a mountain area, they will not need a long stretch of land to grow crops because that is not relevant there. There are many things which cannot be grown on the mountains. In the plain area, in the northern place, the kind of area we are living here in Basui, so we have a fertile land, we can grow crops, but the same cannot be done on the mountains. The same cannot be done in the deserts. We can't grow wheat or paddy in the cold desert of Ladakh or in the hot desert of Rajasthan. That cannot be grown there. So it depends upon the need of the people of the region, particular region, along with the knowledge. Suppose that China, America, Japan, Russia, they have grown a lot. They have developed their all scientific things, and they have covered too many fields that Indians cannot, we haven't achieved yet. India became just only fourth country to have reached on the Mars just 2 years back. But China has tried very back too many years back. America has done that way back. So their technology we cannot suppose that America has been using the refrigerators from 1920. It means 100 years ago they used refrigerators to cool the things. But still we have many houses in India that doesn't have the fridge or a refrigerator at their home. But Americans have used that 100 years back. The satellite television, even the electricity train that the Mumbai, Bhopal or the developed cities of India, in Mumbai, when I was a child, I went to Mumbai once. There I saw the electric train was in use in 96, 95. But in Barcelona, it has started just last year. It was 30 years it took. The electrification of the railway is still not been done in all parts of the country. So the process of development is very slow. Americans have achieved so many things which we are still dreaming of achieving those things. We are planning to make smart cities, and all the cities of America are smart cities. But we doesn't have those things because our human resources are not, or they are not willing to get those things, or they are not capable of getting those things. Maybe. So the knowledge of the people is very important. A Japanese people, or a Chinese people, or American people, or a Russian people, the kind of knowledge they have, we people don't bother to develop new ideas or pursue our ideas. The next thing is the level of technology it possesses. The kind of technology America has, the kind of technology today China has, the kind of technology Japan, Russia, Britain and other developed country has. We do not possess that kind of technology. So, dear children, today we people are using internet, whether you can say about YouTube, about Google, about anything, any sort of like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, any sort of technological material or substance or websites we are using today, most of them are from America. The Americans have developed that, like Facebook, WhatsApp. These companies are America-based companies. They are foreign companies. Americans have developed that. We are totally dependent on them now. So we should also take initiative, and we should also welcome the new ideas. We should also try to become knowledgeable people and very good human resources for our country. So today we will leave till here only, and tomorrow we will take this chapter ahead. And till then, I would like to tell you that you have to make, since you are in class 8, you have to work a lot by yourself. So I would like to tell you one thing, that you should make question number A, which is fill in the blank multi-choice question type. So you have to do this A, B, A and B. Make it in the rough copy and send it in the WhatsApp group, and get connected with me anytime between 6 o'clock to 7 for your any doubt if you are having. And bye bye.